Okay, so you can see we got, heck, it almost echoes in here now. We still got Braze card in here, all the Blue Demon bits and pieces there. But as you can see, we although it takes up the same, but basically the same amount of room as what was there, we also had this stuff in here too. So it was still pretty congested. We got a lot of room now. So hoping, haven't heard anything from PKT yet, but I'm not freaking out about the cart coming back right away. Like I said, I've got that lean-to project to do on my own. Running off to get material and everything that I'm going to need. I'm sure I could probably get her up and mounted in an afternoon, certainly, and then get the top on the next day and call, at least with the roof, right? So we don't know what we're going to be doing with walls and what have you. Maybe we just wrap some tarp around the back side and down the long side and leave the very end behind the trailer open. If that were the case, if I could get it to where snow wasn't going to drift in there, I'd leave the mower out there and just start it up regular, Otherwise, I'm going to have to park it in here. And then by then, of course, Braze cart won't be on a stand. It'll be vertical, probably in back. But what we really need the room for, and we do this every winter, is load the trailer up like a shed. Is we need to get busy in this back room. Although we want to get our cabinets and our L-shaped countertop in here with our cabinets underneath, our storage on both sides and on that wall. We need to put just regular everyday stuff, right? Like the dirt and the salt, her potting soil, and the tiki torch stuff and the wasp spray. All this stuff doesn't belong on top of my fridge, man. It needs to go into what we call a housewares department, kind of cabinets and cabinetry and storage. So she knows where it's at and can get it without having to climb a ladder or come and get me. And it's out of the way. I want to get my little entertainment center. The TV's already in there. I want to get it all set up, get my cameras all wired up like they were at the old house, so I can open that up while I'm working out here, and I can plug old VHS or even old Super 8 movies in and watch the trip to Laguna, right? Or what we did when we were at Laguna, racing the karts and hanging out and going out to eat and partying and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things we're missing out on. I mean, this thing's been here a year, man, and I haven't been able to get to it because before I finished the shop, I tried to get to work. And although I'm a one-man gang and I've done a whole bunch on my own and I'm proud of the progress, things kind of stopped. So once winter comes and we're inside, heat's on, we don't need to be in and out, we're no longer cutting grass, and we don't really plow snow out here. We didn't last year because we didn't really have any, but with the pea pebble and stuff, we've had a driveway that was all pea pebble back when we lived in Clinton Township. And when it was deep, I snowblowed it, but for the most part, I'd just run back and I'd just go up and down with my truck, moving right to left, up and down, and just pack it all down. Winter's winter, I mean, we don't have concrete, so scraping it clean really is kind of pointless. Actually, when you scrape it down, you end up getting sunshine, puddles turn into ice. You come pull in the driveway and you bounce off one of your other cars, or you bounce off the garage door, or what have you. So it's better to leave the packed snow down, with stone driveway. So we've got still got a lot of rearranging and cleaning to do. I would like to have all of our engines up on this end of the top shelf. The little 60 is in the box there. Get the piston port motor, the HPV up there. Start getting things in order. The place is a mess. I mean, it's just a wreck, right? I mean, our hose reel's got to go on the wall, but we need this area, first and foremost. We get the outside project done. We get the Blue Demon back, get Larry's Nerf bars squared away on the Larry cart, right? We're going to order some little stubs. Yes, I could run all the way back to Roseville and go to Alro Steel and take a caliper with me and buy a piece of tubing that's the right size for these Nerfs. Or I can just buy it online from Margay and have them ship me 4 pre-cut pieces, right? We're going to need one for each side here and one for each side in the back. Once we get those located and welded on, we can tear all this crap off, get this chassis and the Blue Demon chassis when it comes back over to powder coating. We still gonna need to call and try to get a rough estimate on the color we want and the cost, and a rough estimate on the cost to get 2 of these done. And like I said, I probably in that other video or whatever, if I can get it done for a couple $100 for each cart, no more than $400 for both of them, blasting, cleaning, coating, and get them back to me, I'd do it. If it's going to be more than $200 a piece, I'll probably just paint them. Just doesn't make any sense. We're not building show cars. You know what I mean? They're go-karts. They're track day go-karts. They're toys. They're old. They're not new, modern, competitive carts. I mean, they're just for fun. Orange is orange when it comes right down to it. We'd like to have them powder coated, but if it's going to be a huge expense, if it's, like I said, if it's more than a couple $100, it doesn't make any sense to do that. We could use that money in other ways. But while those are out, if that's the case, then what we can do is start hauling all this stuff out here. That's really what Richie wanted, to start moving this stuff out into the garage area. Not all of it, but a good bunch of it is going to come out of here. And I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint the ceiling and the walls at least past halfway, right? So from the other side, I can climb up and get the rest of it. I've been looking into one of those Wagner, not the handheld, but the one that's got the little tank. They call it a piston pump or something. It's a little tank with a hose, and it's got just the handheld, right? Just the gun with a hose on it. They're a couple $100, and I'm willing to spend a couple $100 on it because we got a deck that's going to need stain paint, whatever they call it, every year. He put new wood on. He didn't replace all of it, but the new wood that he did replace, it looks good. The old wood, the paint is peeling right off because that wood back there, right on the back of the house, me and Sherry scrubbed the siding and a lot of the deck back there. It gets green. It rains. It doesn't get a lot of sun right there, the first 3 feet of the deck up against the house. So it gets a little green. You see some of the boards probably had green, and he sprayed the brown stuff over top, and it just starts peeling right back off. So the deck's going to need work. It's going to need, a sprayer like that is not going to go to waste out here. I will get my money out of it. Heck, just painting this whole back room, that side as well. I'm thinking once we get paint, we're going to do mezzanine like we did out there. I wanted to just put a shelf here, maybe a nice shelf. I could get all the molds up there, get a bunch of this crap out of the way, free up some space on the mezzanine out there so I can move my go-kart stuff all to one side. Kind of get some more of the wife's stuff up off the floor out here, up onto the mezzanine. But I'm thinking, at first I thought, well, I'll just build an L-shaped shelf, mezzanine style, out about 3 foot, right? About the same height, put lights underneath it, just like we did out there, right? And really utilize this room. Then I started thinking, hey man, we go from the top, just at the top of the door, all the way around, and then even run it here. We put joists, beams across, poles down here, maybe a pole on each corner, like we did out here with the 4x4s, and that gives us a lot of storage up there, and frees up the floor space to work back here as well. Would like to get either a bigger door or a double door in here, and some concrete out there so we can actually store carts back here. either on cart stands or the vertical stands, and be able to roll them in and out the door, get them out and around, in and out the trailer, what have you. It's all going to take time, right? China shop, man. It's going to take a while to get everything together, but we had to start by doing what we did today, and that was big help. Rich, thanks, man. Coming all the way out, and I'm out here. Our Michigan game isn't over yet, but it's not looking good for our Wolverines. Man, I'm a passionate Wolverine fan, and it's hard for me to watch. So I come out here to cut you a video, explain what we've got going on here, and how things need to get done while things get shipped out so other things can get done. Going to be a lot of rotating things around, right? Knock wood, by the end of winter, we'll have a big chunk of all this stuff done and a lot more of all these cabinets up in place and what have you. So Sherry's stuff is off the floor. My stuff is off the floor. And we're actually moving toward a permanent residence, you know, and shop at the same time. Godspeed. God bless y'all. Hang in there. I know it looks like a mess, but everything's going to have its place. A lot of this cardboard is just junk that gets waiting to go out to the burn pile and get burnt. So pray for me, y'all. If you need the strength, I'm praying for you. Hang in there. It'll get better. Jesus is coming. I'm telling you. Go out and vote on the 5th. Got to vote. You know which way Richard's voting. You saw the flag in the front of my garage. You know which way I'm voting. It's only common sense, folks. I'm sorry. You don't have to like the guy. But, you know, we need cheap gas. We need more jobs where people can be employed and make a living. We need to get these kids out of our basements and out of our houses and into their own homes. And they can't do it with the current way things are going. So, Godspeed, God bless. I'm praying for you. Pray for our country. Whew. Man, I'm going to go in and put my feet up.